Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining me on this Wellness Wednesday. I'm Susan Whittemore, an active aging growth coach that comes to you live every Wednesday to share some tips and resources as to how we can be the best us at any age. And today I want to talk to you about sunshine. I love upstate New York. I'm from upstate New York, have lived here most of my life. However, I now understand and remember why I don't live here, especially in the winter months, because the sunshine is few and far between. I've been here about 3 or 4 days and it has not shone yet. I remember my job years ago moved to Syracuse and I said, I can't do it. It is the area in New York State that gets the least amount of sun. And I know how sunshine affects my every part of my being. So I want to talk to you today about just why sunshine is so important and the benefits that we do get from it. So for those of you joining me, comment below. Are you affected with cloudy weather? And does sunshine make you feel better? So I want to kick it right off, and we kind of know this one, but vitamin D. We get sunshine from our vitamin. We get vitamin D from our sunshine, and it's vital. Vitamin D is just so important for our bones, our muscles, our cells, our immune system. I remember going through breast cancer back in 2005, and my oncologist um, made sure I was getting at least 2,000 IU's, international units of vitamin D per day. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer in there. This is not meant to treat or diagnose. I'm just sharing with you some information that has helped me, and I hope that it can help you too. So I started taking vitamin D way back then. And then I moved to Florida and I thought, well, I'm sure that I can lessen that amount of vitamin D that that I am taking because I'm in the Sunshine State, right? So, in talking to my doctor, I was really pretty amazed at the answer. And what they said is, in actuality, people that live in hotter, sunnier climates tend to have a lower vitamin D level. I was shocked because you go from an air conditioned house to an air conditioned car to an air conditioned mall to an air conditioned grocery store to an air conditioned office. And then you repeat the same thing. So you actually are not outside as much as we would think that we would be, absorbing so much more sunshine. But not only does it help to boost our vitamin D level, but it also uplifts our mood. There's a real life disorder called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, so properly named, that when we don't get this sunshine, the warmth shining upon us, many people suffer from this disorder, mostly in the winter months. And it actually can cause depression, definitely affects mood, but it absolutely can cause depression. So some people will actually start going to a tanning booth in the winter months, not just for to get a little bit of color on their skin, but also to have that, like a light therapy. And then there actually is a light therapy that can help with this disorder that doesn't also give you a tan. So I found that to be pretty interesting. But I know myself living here years ago, and I don't use tanning booths now that I'm older, especially because I kind of see what it's done to my skin. But I remember years ago and going to a tanning booth, and it just made me feel so much better, especially in the winter months. So that's a real disorder. So if you can't understand why you're just not feeling up to par during these long winter months, when the sun shines so infrequently, you might have a vitamin D or that sad seasonal affective disorder going on. So I think it's time for a vacation. Um, what the sun can also do, I was a little surprised when I read this, is it can relieve some skin disorders. And that would be like psoriasis or eczema. Now, they say 5 to 10 minutes at a time to get out in the sun. You don't want to go lay in the sun and, you know, we all know the effects of that. And actually, I just got back from a trip. We were in Cabo, and gosh, I was in the sun longer than I had thought. I was doing a meditation, but I thought I was really lathered up with sunscreen. And you know how you miss those couple of spots? Well, I happened to miss it like right around my armpit area. And I bet I was in the sun for about an hour and a half. And did I burn? And I haven't had a burn in years. I remember, my gosh, as a kid, we didn't wear sunscreen and we're running around, all summer long. And I get these big blisters on my shoulders or on the tops of the ears. You don't know what you don't know. Comment below. Let me know. Have any of you experienced that? Or when I would lay in the sunshine, of course, I'd add baby oil with iodine because it just made that so much more intense, right? Uh, well, now I think that our younger generations are much more educated as far as how to protect our skin from the sun. But when used in moderation, and again, maybe 5 or 10 minutes at a clip, it actually can help. And it works as a nice complement to if there's a prescription or whatever it is that you use, a remedy for some skin disorders such as psoriasis and eczema. I found an interesting little fact about the best way to absorb vitamin D is when you're in the sun, obviously, and your shadow is shorter or the same height as your body. So, little tidbit. You never know when you're going to go on Jeopardy or have to, in some kind of a game, you're going to come up with that one. So it's when your shadow is shorter or the same length as your body is the best time for you to absorb vitamin D. Who knew? Um, it maintains our circadian rhythm. What is that? It's the body clock that helps us know when we're hungry, when we're tired, our energy level. So the sun will help with keeping that circadian rhythm regulated. So no wonder I'm not sleeping real well here because haven't seen much sunshine. And that's really all I wanted to share because I posted something this morning. It's like, hey, the expressions, stick it where the sun don't shine. We'll stop looking because I found the place. I know that the sun will come out maybe tomorrow. Um, but in the meantime, it does help us to appreciate, especially when I come from a sunnier state, just how wonderful the sun feels. So, those are just a few tips and resources to let you know the importance of sunshine and getting out there a little bit. It certainly boosts our mood. It helps with our vitamin D level. It can help with some skin disorders. It certainly helps with that seasonal affective disorder, SAD, that so many people experience with depression or again your mood elevation, and it helps with the circadian rhythm that helps us to sleep. When are we hungry? When do we want to eat? And our energy level, if you find that 3 o'clock drop in the afternoon. So I appreciate you joining me. Thanks so much. I'll be back with you on next Wednesday to share more tips and resources to be the best us at any age. So comment below if you love what I have to say. There's 3 little buttons in the right-hand corner. Click that. You'll get notified when I go live. So thanks again for joining me. Be happy, safe, healthy, but please always be kind. Take care. Have a great day.